I'd like to see you and Charlie Kirk talk. What is this? Okay, what you have to understand about Charlie Kirk, I don't even know if he runs his own Twitter, okay? I genuinely don't know, okay? But Charlie Kirk will never defend any of these things talking to me, okay? Charlie Kirk took, for 2 seconds, lashed out at me in person and spent the rest of the 2 hours getting educated on graduate sociological theory, okay? We're not, he's, he's not going to come over there and defend his spiciest tweets. I was actually ready because I read some of his tweets beforehand to think like, well, if it comes up, we can bring this up, but it was never the right time or environment, you know what I mean? It would be like trying to get epic gotchas on somebody who's like cowering in a corner, you know? The glory of the moment is superseded somewhat by you know, the the general, you know, the general malaise of it all. Whose interests are they representing? The Jews? I don't know. You tell me. What major conservative is on your list now? You know, I think that I've actually been enjoying the um sort of subtle restructuring of my content that we've been doing over the past couple months. Not to say I'm opposed to like going out hard. The next event that we have planned is that I think on October 7th, I'm going over to Nashville, Tennessee, where we're doing the Freer Future Fest, which is a libertarian oriented event. And by libertarian, I mean that. I mean, like, there are like left libertarians there too, I think. Like a broad spectrum of people discussing things from the general belief that we should make people free. You know, like it's not infiltrated with Nazis or whatever, which is the reason I agreed because there were a lot of these political groups, and it's just like conservatives getting conservatives, you know, and it all just kind of feeds into their media prominence. But in this case, the organizer's a cool guy, and I've spoke to him, so yeah. I'll be going to there. Oh, I should tell you guys. I'll tell you more, I think, in the coming days, but you can get tickets to go to the event in person if you want to, and using my name as a discount code, Vaush, gets you 50% off. Uh, of course, you can watch it online for free, but if you want to go in person, that's a ticket deal. Of course, COVID is an issue, which is why when I go there, I will be in the hamster bubble, which will, you know, insulate me. Um, Bastiat's going. I know that much. There were a few names that are going who weren't people I immediately recognized. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the promotional tweet. Yeah, here it is. I have not been tweeting much lately. God, what a blessing. Yeah, look. And because I literally have no professional headshots, it's just a screen cap for me with Charlie Kirk. Captain Youth, Fasulo, Alvarez, Faisal. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't recognize many of these names, but isn't that like cool? These aren't YouTubers. I think some of these people are like professors. Thank God. Let me talk to those people, okay? Get me out of here. Yeah, they're real people, you know? That'd be nice. You gonna do any research on the people showing up? It's not a big, huge debate fest. I think it's mostly gonna be like conversation, discourse, which I'm happy to participate in. As much as I do like the debate circuit, I have to say, um, every time I have the opportunity to talk to somebody who's like a professor, I breathe a tiny little sigh of relief because as fun as it is, you guys do know that talking with conservatives will be at most an intense exercise in rhetoric. I mean, when it comes to actually discussing the issues and like sort of exploring the nuance of any sociological or political or economic thing, talking with conservatives will always be just like, how do I fight in a toilet as effectively as possible? Whereas if I'm talking to people who are in academia, thank God, at least at least there's something more substantial to the discourse, even if I super disagree, you know. Not that I don't mind the toilet fighting. It's just nice to get the variety. You like talking with people outside debates, as long as I just don't like general conversation. If it feels like it's just a mutual clout game, or if it feels like we're just circle jerking. I really don't like bringing people on just to agree with them, unless there's some ulterior thing. Like when I had ContraPoints on. Obviously, Natalie and I are going to agree on like most of the shit that we talk about, apart from apparently dog girls versus cat girls, the debate of the century. But obviously, talking with Natalie can't feel like clout sharking from her end because she's huge compared to me. So it doesn't feel like that. Maybe it'd feel like that to her, but not to me. And with regards to the discourse, Natalie's intelligent enough that it doesn't just feel like we should have better health care. Uh-huh. Trans rights. Uh-huh. I feel like you can go a little further than that. Will you ever do a meet and greet with you jackals? Absolutely. Maybe. I'm going to canvas at some point in the 2022. I got to get the groundwork laid on that. But when that happens, I mean, if you participate in the canvassing, you're not just going to meet and greet me. You'll be working with me for however long you can commit your time. So that'll be the goal. Do you think you and Natalie will still do your game of Age of Empires 2? I don't know. As delightful as that would be, I have to assume that for the most part, I'm generally pretty radioactive to any kind of friendly discourse like that. So if Natalie just wants to sort of quietly avoid future engagement with me, I legitimately don't fault her, and it's not something that I'm bitter over, you know? That's my standards are at the point now where if I like a YouTuber, the only thing I really need is some tiny quiet acknowledgement that they think I'm cool too. And after that, it's totally okay if they don't interact with me in public for the rest of the time. Because I know that can be difficult for them. Like to be clear, remember how Abigail Thorne and Harris and all the others, Lindsay Ellis, they got canceled and lost followers and subs and everything because they wouldn't denounce Natalie when Natalie had the what's his name again? The trans guy do the John Waters impression? Buck Angel, thank you. Yeah. Okay. With all that being said, imagine the fallout with me. Okay? Seriously, just completely different level. Just on a whole other spectrum. Um so I don't fault them for being worried about the potential social consequences of association in public. We're putting off the discourse for a bit. Can we 2 more minutes, then we'll give them a call. We'll do 2 more minutes. Oh my god, I can fucking hear Pigeon screaming outside the door. She's so fucking loud. Oh my god. Jesus, are you allergic to good optics? The funny thing is, I actually think that like the majority of the content that I do is optically pretty strong. I've seen what bad optics looks like, okay? I've seen like Keemstar's little Twitter videos. I know what it looks like when a person constantly shoves their foot in their mouth. I think for the like overwhelmingly, like for the most part, the content that I put out is fairly well reasoned, structured, and it's understandable what I'm talking about. At this point, I think it's just like the inertia, you know, of past incidents. Yeah, bro. Come in. You want to scream, Pigeon? You want to be loud as you started to run downstairs. She doesn't even want to come in. Now you're quiet. I see. Why? Oh, you're so sharp. Oh my god, you're so sharp.